Hello everyone. I want to welcome you back to Kathy's Creole Kitchen. I apologize for being gone for so long, but you know Hurricane Beryl hit and I had some roof damage, fence damage, limb damage, just everything. So it's been a lot going on, which is why I've been absent. But I'm back today and I'm going to show you how to make a very simple comfort food. For me, it's a comfort food. And we usually have it for breakfast, and it's called smothered potatoes. And you cut the potatoes like this size, and I'm going to show you. Just take a peeled potato. I use red potatoes because I prefer the taste of those over everything else. So you just slice it like so, and you slice it to your desired thickness. But keep in mind, the thicker they are, the longer it's going to take to cook. So you see, you cut it about that thickness, put that there. And then I slice some onions in the same thickness. But I'm not gonna put the little bitty centers in the onions with the potatoes because I don't like trying to pick those out. I don't really eat the onions myself. I like the onions for the flavor and I wanna be able to pick them out. So I use this size. The first thing you're gonna do is you're going to take the potatoes, and I like to put them out on the cutting board because I can get them better covered than swishing them around in the bowl with the things. So what I have is I have 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. As you know, I put cayenne pepper on everything. So we're gonna sprinkle, and this is kosher salt. I like kosher salt because it's a little more coarse and I can control how much I'm putting on something. So that's why I use the kosher salt. So get that sprinkled on, get the black pepper sprinkled on. I kind of like to take like this. It's easier for me with my fingertips. So you just do this. So have you guys been watching the videos and cooking the recipes? If you have, please let me know because there's quite a few on there and I'd like to know that you tried it and how it worked out for you. I need that feedback to make me keep going because like I say, with all the stuff that's been happening, it's kind of hard to keep going and I don't want to do it if I'm feeling like it's a waste of time. So now we're going to add the cayenne, and you know you can use this sparingly or not at all because a lot of people don't like the heat, but I like the heat in it. It's very good and it makes it very tasty. So we're going to shuffle it around on the cutting board. And I'm going to add the rest of that salt on it. This way I know that each potato got a hit of some seasoning on my board. Then I'm going to put it back in the bowl because we're going to have to cook them. And as you know, I prefer an iron skillet. So a cast iron skillet. So I have my cast iron skillet behind me. We're going to take, I have 3 ounces of cooking oil, vegetable cooking oil. So here's my cast iron skillet. We're going to turn on the heat. And we're going to pour in some of the oil, not all of it. Probably about 2 ounces. We're going to pour in about 2 ounces of the oil. We're going to let it heat up just a little because you don't want it too hot. You don't want it to burn the potatoes as you put it in. But you still want it to sizzle a little bit. Let me get all this pepper off my hand. So we're going to let that do that. Let it heat up a bit. Got it going. Great. In there, and you don't want it, like I say, you don't want it too hot because you want to place the potatoes in there. And what you're going to do is you're going to layer them in there because the potatoes are going to make their own water. And hence the name smothered potatoes, because you're really smothering the potatoes. It's going to take the oil out of it. It's going to cook nice and evenly. And you can layer it, and that's what I'm doing. I'm layering the potatoes. But now you have to be careful. You layer the potatoes, then you layer some of the onion on it, like so. And I usually do about 2 potatoes per person. You know, the potatoes were about that size. If it's a larger potato, then you can judge, but you know how much your family eats and how much they like it. And my family really likes this. They are wild about these smothered potatoes. So we're gonna get them in there. And as it starts sizzling, you can hear it. So you let it sizzle a couple of minutes, you add some more onion. You turn the heat down once it's sizzling, and I would say turn it to kind of low because, like I say, you want them to smother. That's the name of them, smothered potatoes. So we're going to put the onion in there, and then we're going to put the lid in, just like so. And we're going to let the potatoes cook down on a low fire. I don't know, that may take 30 minutes, we'll see. But you're going to do it until it's fork tender. And I have the extra oil set aside because as it's cooking, I might need to add a little more oil and possibly maybe a couple of tablespoons of water. But you just have to look at it and judge. So we'll let it cook for about 20 minutes and I'll check it after 20 minutes. Okay, so it's been cooking about 20 minutes and I'm going to take the lid off and take a look at it. Because you want to flip it. They're in here, very hot, you can see the smoke. They're cooking down, they're watering, but you want to flip it. And you don't want to crumble it when you flip it because you want them to stay whole. So you just get it down in that pan, get them stuck off the bottom. If some are stuck, just scrape it up a little bit because it'll be delicious. Yeah, some of them will stick. And we're just going to scrape it off the pan, flip it over. Getting it cooking. And they have made their own water and everything. And you're going to cook them probably about another 15 minutes because you just want them to be fork tender. That's it. It's like my version of hash browns. So please like my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kathy's Creole Kitchen, and invite your friends to subscribe. Please, please make these recipes and then give me some feedback on how you like them or how they turned out or what you didn't like about it. But we're gonna let this cook a little more, about, like I said, about 15 more minutes, and then we'll check it, but I'm sure it'll be done. And in the meantime, I've made some bacon. And what I'm gonna do is just crumble the bacon like so, and when the potatoes are done, we're going to stir the bacon in there, or just drop it on top when you make your serving, get your serving. So it just gives it a little extra delicious flavor, and who doesn't like bacon? Because I certainly love bacon. But anyway, we'll let this cook and I'll get back to you. Okay, so it's been cooking for like 14 more minutes. I'm going off the heat, take the lid off. Oh my gosh, here's when you need smell-o-vision. It smells so wonderful once again. So let's get some on the plate. So you can take a look at how delicious it looks. And I scraped some of the bottom little crusty potato off because that's full of flavor. And put some on the plate. We're going to sprinkle it with, put it down here, put it over there. We're going to sprinkle some of the bacon in it. Or you can cook the bacon in it if you like. I just like the crispiness of the bacon, so I like to sprinkle it on top. So I'll let you take a look. Look how delicious that looks. Now let's give it a taste. This is so good. Oh my goodness. It's just so hot. Delicious. What I want to mention to you guys, there are different ways you can make these. If you like really spicy, you can add jalapeno peppers in it. Like cut them up and cook it with it, but I warn you, that's like super hot. You can crumble the bacon crumbs on top, or you can cook the bacon and then sprinkle it in there while it's cooking, and you can do it that way. But this is the way I like it. I want to thank you today for joining me again at Kathy's Creole Kitchen. I thank you so much to my followers that continue to follow me, and hopefully we won't have any more interruptions with this bad weather. So thank you so much for joining Kathy's Creole Kitchen, and I will see you next time. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Bye-bye.